What's going on, guys? Andy here, G4 Outdoors. It is a rainy, gloomy, nasty day today. I got a buddy out here with me. This is Jeff. You guys see him in the groups. He comments on a lot of stuff. We're starting to become boyfriends more than friends, but it's okay. Stuff happens. But you guys know all the stuff that I've done to the boat. New pedestal, new fuel filter, fuel lines, lower end gear. When you're coming out here to test your boat, it's good to have someone out here with you in case you do break down somewhere from doing all this stuff. You're gonna wanna relieve that headache. So me and him are gonna be piddling out, maybe do a little bit of fishing today. We'll see. It's cold. It's 50 something degrees when it's been 90. But let's make sure everything works, guys. Let's go.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats, from review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns. While I'm going through my workday, I listen to my boss, though he's driving me berserk. Damn it, I can't take much more because my brain is really hurting. Now the bank is always calling and I don't know what to do. And I haven't bought a crankbait since like 1992. But the bass are out there schooling and they're ready to attack. And I got all my favorite lures and they're loaded in my pack. All that stress that's in my body's always driving me insane. When I'm reeling and that buzzbait, it just seems to go away. Now you see, fishing ain't a habit, it's a passion in my soul. When I'm casting and I'm smashing all these bass are on my pole. Now for a minute or an hour, if I'm fishing, then I'm fine.
Man, I don't know if you guys can see this water, but there is just a nasty fog haze because the water temp is so much warmer than the exterior temperature is. But look at this thing idling, dude. A little bit of smoke, but it's cold, obviously. It's making it smoke a little bit. But yeah, the thing is running phenomenally good. Usually I'll hit anywhere between 33, 35 with this 50 horse on this. But I was climbing to almost 40. I wrapped out at a little bit more RPMs than usual, but about 38 miles an hour is what I'm getting now with all the stuff done to it. So I guarantee freeing up that fuel line and all that stuff made a huge difference. And I don't even know if I talked about it in the beginning of the video. I had a lot of guys commenting about the kinked fuel lines inside the motor. All that stuff has been fixed. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I went back in yesterday and cleaned all that up, so everything's running smooth. I got all that nasty gunk. When we would prime up the primer ball into the fuel filter, you'd get a lot of flakes of some really nasty stuff inside that fuel filter. So all that stuff's been cleaned out and it's running really good. So let's go try and see if we can't catch at least one fish. There's got to be at least one in here, right?
I think there's one.
I let one go early in April.
Is this walleye chop?
This is all walleye. That's all the bait fish, just chopping on the water. But let's go find something. I'm only going to be out here for maybe a couple hours at most, and then bouncing. But let's go see if we can't get into something. All right, guys. So me and Jeff are over here getting spit on a little bit. I'm gonna try this spot just for a little bit of time. If it ain't producing, I'm gonna move to a couple other little spots that I may get. Like I said, I'm not gonna be out here for a long time. It's more just about testing the boat out. And part of the testing the boat out is testing out my new base plate for this pedestal. So obviously I gotta fish with it. If I'm not fishing with it, how am I gonna test it? Give this tree here a dangle for a little bit without being spoiled from the Targo we bought for G4 with the Garmin Live Scope and spot lock and everything. It definitely makes fishing out of my boat a lot more interesting because I can't really see what's down there when you get spoiled with the Live Scope, I'll tell you that much. And in case you guys are wanting to know, the water temp is 68 degrees here. I'm throwing my Fenwick 6 foot and I have my Accurus 15 on there. And right now I'm just throwing a little red and white hair jig, which will be switched as soon as I can get that done. All right, well, I got my head tied on. Now I just need to find a body I want to use. And we're not dealing with a lot of stain today. It's more just chop on the water. I should be bass fishing, but I've been into those crappie lately. All right, guys, so that spot's one of those spots I like to hit in the spring. I just kind of tried to get out of the wind, and this isn't helping us. So we're gonna check out some stuff off the main lake and see if I can't get a break out of the wind still. So let's go. Well, guys, that was pretty sweet right there. I didn't even have to choke it. Just fired right up. And also, this isn't a sponsorship or anything, but I have been drinking Black Rifle's Freedom Fuel for a while. I love this coffee, man. I love dark coffee. And I would much rather support a bunch of ex-military guys that supported the country, give them my money over Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. So, man, this stuff is pretty good. Well, my forehead hurts really bad because I had water splashing it and cold air hitting it at the same time, so I may have an outside brain freeze. I really don't know what that means. But let's see if we can't get on some of these fish. Also, real quick, something funny out of context. When I woke up this morning, I jumped on Facebook and saw someone posting some stuff on Facebook that I thought was kind of funny in my own head. But it was some dude that like posted a sign like what he has on the outside of his man cave, and it says like rehydrate with beer and farts allowed and stuff like that. And in my head I'm just thinking of this guy calling his friend like, ding, 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 ding. Hey, yo, Brad, what are you doing? Nothing, man. Hey, you want to come over and fart in my man cave? And I'm like, who puts up a sign like that? Face is frozen, but the boat's working. On the board. Jeff, it's over here. Dude, this fish is super warm. Get in now. Yeah, that fish was super warm over here. We're looking at 65 surface temp, but down there where that guy was at, it's a little warmer, obviously. I think Jeff's over there retying or something. I don't know what he's doing. God, I don't even think I showed you guys what I was throwing. I'm throwing a white, this is a Janko Slasher T. It's got a really light hook. It's very bendable, which is something I like a lot. And I am throwing a Muddy River or Muddy Water body chartreuse in white. And I am using a 1/8 head. That way I can get a little bit more weight and fight this wind a little better while I'm fishing this way. Doesn't count if you don't get it in the boat. Look at Jeff over here laying down some slabs. He's got one in the live well. That's a good fish. Ain't nothing wrong with that thing.
I don't know. I'm gonna give it away.
I'm gonna give it 0.7. Guys, we're just kind of piddling around in about 6 to 4 foot of water, and Jeff's over here on a couple little slabs. One of them weighed about 0.7.
Yep.
Probably a 10-inch fish, I would guess. But yeah, it's a nice little football. The other guy, not so much, but he's there. Have you seen the thumper? No, I gotta send you that video. Some guy made this square box, like we'll say 12 inches by 6 inches, has a ball peen hammer in it, an electric thing that flips it so the hammer gets lifted up and drops down. So it's literally in your boat going thunk, 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 and this is his fish attractor.
And it brings him to the boat.
Like stripers, like he's always catching stripers and stuff. He's got a...
He's told to be quiet.
I know. This dude just thunk, 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 thunk. Probably gonna put that one back.
But it's a fish.
It's a, ow, 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 stop.
What do you say about the steak knives of the lake?
Those white bass. The sharp steak knives of the lake, man.
Man, those are some big hits.
Dude, just funk. Yeah. It's like, how are you not grabbing the hook?
They are.
Dylan? I mean... I mean,
See, Andrew.
yeah, so I mean, we're not catching donkey slabs by any means, but you know what they will do? Taste really good in a deep fryer. So,
They're hitting hard.
dude, and I actually prefer keeping those small ones over the bigger ones.
I do too.
A little easier to eat. Hell yeah, dude. Keep getting on them. Jesus.
Let's go.
I never miss so many bites, dude.
Get it?
This is a guy. What is he doing?
He's dry.
God. You a Formula One racer? So warm, dude.
I know.
It's about 15, 16 pounds. It's a good crappie.
The hunker down. The generators down.
Sorry guys, took the camera off for a second, do a little bit of bass fishing, throwing a little Cinco around some of these rock piles and laydowns, and got one. Sorry I wasn't wearing a camera, but obviously I caught him. Jeff's over here fishing this point with a weightless Cinco, and he just smashed a little green back off this point right here.
Little here, big there.
Yeah, we'll get close enough. We'll zoom it in. Yeah, dude, good fish. Well, I know some of you guys are into setup, so just to throw what I'm using, I got a Pink Lose Crush on, I think that's a 2500 or 3000 on a Jacob Wheeler Ducket, red, white, and blue Go America. And I'm just throwing a little shaky head with a, it's probably natural green pumpkin with a little chartreuse tail. I don't even know what you're throwing all chartreuse, aren't you?
Yep, all chartreuse.
Similar.
6-inch Senko.
Brighter colors, give them something to see, but it seems like there's a couple in these rocks. All right, guys, so we're pretty much done. He's gonna be keeping, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him these couple of crappie to throw in his boat. So yeah, guys, all in all, I ended up catching maybe 4 or 5 crappie, put 2 in the live well, gave them to him. Now he's probably got about 10 to go home and clean. We both kind of fished this rock on this bank, and I think we both caught the exact same bass. So that's kind of cool too. But yeah, guys, the main focus for coming out here for just a couple hours is to make sure the boat is working and functioning properly. Everything's working, trolling motor, engine, pedestal plate, fuel system, everything's working fine. And I got a couple fish just to fish for a little bit, but I got other things I gotta do today. So we're gonna head back over to the ramp and finish up the video there. All right, guys, so we are back at the dock. Jeff, dude, thanks for hanging out today.
Absolutely.
And following me around, making sure I didn't get stuck out there in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, not bad, dude. More about tooling around in the boat today than it was fishing. Everything seems to be okay and in working order, and that's what it's pretty much all about. And I'll tell you what, we're actually just talking about it off camera. This boat acts completely different with a full live well than it does without. Without, this thing's awesome. You fill up that live well, it's a John boat. That's what this thing turns into real quick, man. But yeah, dude, we need to do a video on this thing too, man. You got a good story behind
Old
it.
1983.
Dude,
Yeah.
next time we get together, we're gonna do a story on this boat, because it's actually a pretty cool little story that goes along with it, but she's still out there ticking. Good luck finding another one of those motors, though.
It's original.
So like I said, guys, thanks for hanging out in today's video. Sorry about any wind noise, because I'm sure there is. Again, thanks to Jeff for hanging out. You guys see him in the Facebook groups and whatnot, and you'll be seeing him in videos for sure. But like always, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you are watching this for the first time and you have not. And leave a comment down below like always. A lot of you guys let me know the issues that was going on with that pinched hose. At the time, we weren't thinking it was a big deal. It was in my head as I was sleeping that night going, I needed to fix it, and he was saying the same thing. So I do appreciate those comments. Those comments can definitely save me a lot of time in the long run, and I appreciate it. But until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
The weather's super crappy, or you might be stuck inside. Search G4 Outdoors YouTube online. But as I look up and I ask, can I please just catch a break? I got my rod and my reel. always calling.